In this video, we are going to learn about Git, that how we can use Terraform with the help of Git. Although everything can be done by GUI, but I would recommend you use CLI. How? So first of all, let us download the Git. We have to simply search Git download. So when you go to Git download, here is gitscm.com/downloads. You click here, click on Windows, and click on the icon download for Windows. Once you click for download for Windows, it will come onto your downloads folder. If you're using different OS, then you can choose a different OS. I am choosing Windows and I will install 64-bit. And I have already downloaded it for saving that time. So it is in my downloads. I'm just going to install it. So installation is pretty straightforward. Simply next, next. I have folder already exists. Yes. Now there are some option you can select. For example, I will put addition icon on my desktop. Anything you want to do from here you can do. And there's one more option you can see, add a Git Bash profile to the Windows terminal. So this you can also select, and you can also select check daily Git for Windows update. So next, next. Now there are different kind of editors which you can use. Okay, I would recommend we can use Visual Studio as a default Git editor. So it's up to you. Okay, you can use Vim, you can use anything, you can use Visual Studios as a default Git editor. So, but I'm just keeping the setting as it is. Next, next, next. And here we are using, for example, in later we will see that how we can connect the GitHub with the help of keys. So that's why you can select this option here. So next, next, next. So there are many options they are asking. I'm just doing next, 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 and finish. And there's some more option. I don't need this right now. Install. So my Git is installing. So as soon as the Git is installed, you will see some changes, some options, extra options there. So what extra option that I will show you. Okay. So let me close this. Now I am opening my Windows. Any folder you can open. For example, I am opening my desktop folder, and afterwards there's a right click and this option show more options. Here you can see Git GUI here or Git Bash here. If I click Git Bash, so this will give us a Linux kind of a terminal. Okay, and this will open here. So as you can see, it is open, and the path is where I'm right now. Or I can go into my Terraform folder where I was doing all development. Not this one, this one. And I can click show more option. I can open Git Bash here. So here we can run the Linux kind of commands. We can use Control plus for increasing the size of the fonts. And if I do ls minus l, so you will have the Linux type of command, mini Linux type of environment here. So the person who worked on Linux more and they like Linux kind of environment, who can they can use this Git Bash. For example, we run Terraform hyphen version, and as you can see, it is showing what Terraform version I am using. Or you can run another command as well, for example Terraform validate. So all the command which we was running from Visual Studio, we can also run from here. So right now I'm closing it, and let us open the Visual Studio and see what changes are there. So if I open my Visual Studio and there is a terminal, as you can see now there are three kind of terminal. The first terminal is your PowerShell, what you can use, and there's one more terminal. This is a different terminal, shell integrated, and another is bash. So now we have a terminal like a bash terminal. You can run ls minus l command and that kind of Linux kind of command. So the person who like Linux, they can use this. Now we are going to enable the Git. So that although Git installation was not required to enable the Git, but I recommend that because you need to run the commands and you can familiar with the commands, that how you can use the Git command in Visual Studio Code. Now how we can enable Git here? You need to go to File, and when you go to File, then afterwards you need to go to Preferences. In Preferences you need to go to Settings, and there's one option that is called Git Enable. So Git Enable, we need to search here. Here you need to put a check. So although I have already a check put here, so that's why I'm not putting a check here. But if you are doing it first time, then it will be unchecked. Just put a check here. And if you go here and it is saying to initialize the repository, before initialize the repository I want to show you something, because it is saying okay, initialize the repository. So let me open my folder and my Terraform folder, Terra Azure, this one. So I have clicked on view, show, and I have checked on hidden items. Right now no hidden items are there, you can see here. Okay, but as soon as you will initialize the repository, so this file you can see here. So these all files are uncommitted. What is the meaning of uncommitted? Simply understand, uncommitted means that these files are not saved. Okay, this is the meaning of uncommitted. And also I'm going to put the copy of my code to somewhere safe, because we are going to do a lot more experiments here. I don't want to lose my files. So this Terra Azure, I'm just taking a copy of it and I'm putting here. Okay, so also as you can see, there's one hidden folder created here. I don't want it here because this is my backup. Okay, but if I go to my original Terra Azure folder in which we was doing the coding, as you can see, there's one hidden directory Git came here. So a lot more things are there. I will tell you what are the things slowly. So if you see object, spec, info, a lot more files are there. Okay, as you can see here. Now if I open my uh, Visual Studio, there it is showing that okay, lot more uncommitted files are there. So I told you the uncommitted means that are not saved. Just simply understand it, that are not saved. You There's no more understanding right now required because we are learning this Terraform. So now our Git is installed, our Visual Studio, we have enabled the Git, and also you can see there's a master branch. Okay, this is a master branch icon and this is the icon of publish to GitHub. Also I would recommend to create one repository on Git. It is quite simple. Simply go to Google and search for google.com. Oh sorry, search for GitHub. So I'm searching for GitHub. So here is my github.com. So I have already logged in here and I have one repository as well. So let me delete this repository because I want to show you that how we can create this repository from scratch. So I'm click on setting, going on down and deleting this repository. Okay, now this repository is deleted. So if you haven't created an account, you can very easily create. For example, I'm signing out here. You can go to github.com and you can go for sign up, and once you have done the sign up, it will give you a confirmation message on your mail ID as well. Once it is done, then you can sign in here. So I am using my mail ID and password and I'm signing in. Here I am going to create one repository, and in that repository I will sync all of my code. and I will create a public repository. What is the meaning of repository? Repository meaning that it will have all of your code what you are there, and it will keep the versioning as well. You want to go to older version, you have done some mistakes, you can revert that. So let us create a repository here, and I will sync all my code here, and name I am going to give Terraform. Yeah, same we can give, which is my folder name. It's up to you, so any name you can give, that's not a problem. So my folder name is Terra Azure. So same name I am giving here. Okay, and this is public, so that whatever code I will push there, then you will be able to see. And there is a readme file, we can add readme file, and there is one git ignore template. So I'm just adding this git ignore. What is git ignore? I will tell you what is git ignore. So I'm creating one repository. Now this repository is created, and there is one readme file as well in my repository, and I will push all of my code to this repository. How we are going to do that, and what are the commands what we can use to push the codes, I will tell you in my next video. So thank you for watching. So I will give the details on my next video.